Have a nice day. Today is Monday, 6th of March 2023. The historical events in India that happened on 6th March is that the Treaty of Surat was signed by the Raghunath Rao, marking the end of the First Anglo-Maratha War. On this historical day, the two Salvats, Mahatma Gandhi and Rabindranath Tagore, met for the first time at the Shanti Niketan. Starting the newspaper analysis with the newspaper The Hindu states that Central Bureau of Investigation is forcing Manish Sodia to sign up papers with false charges. Aam Aadmi Party says. The Aam Aadmi Party on Sunday claimed the Central Bureau of Investigation was mentally torturing a senior party leader, Manish Sisodia, arrested in a corruption case related to the now scrapped excise policy, and pressuring him to sign papers containing false charges. Court had extended Aam Aadmi Party leader's custody till March 6. Aam Aadmi Party leader Atishi addresses the media in New Delhi on 5 March 2023. The Hindu newspaper also states that National Commission for Minority Rescues stranded Indians from Libya. The commission also thanked the Ministry of External Affairs and the Indian Embassy in Tunisia for helping in its task. Chairman of National Commission for Minorities Iqbal Singh Lalpura. Going towards the Indian Express newspaper states that an express investigation part 5 in Diamond Rich Bakswaha fight to save 2.15 lakh trees has many shades. Protests and legal battles have stalled mining project. Villagers want jobs, health facilities, education. Deep in the Bakswaha forests in Chhatrapur, Madhya Pradesh, where a preliminary drilling for the diamonds was done. Indian Express also states that government putting in place protocols to tackle threat of spy balloons from Andaman's incident. Radars at key installations are being upgraded in service plan. China balloon was shot down by the United States last month. Indian Express also states that little gains India saved just $2 per barrel even after Russia's deep discounts. As per the analysis, cheaper Russian oil lowered the average landed price of imported crude for India, the world's third largest consumer of crude oil, by just about a $2 per barrel during the 9-month period. If Russian barrels are excluded from math, the average price rises marginally to $101.2 per barrel. Going towards the Hindustan Times newspaper states that in Meghalaya, shot in arm for Sangma, elected MLAs to take oath today of 5 points. Days after the Meghalaya election results, newly elected MLAs will take the oath at a special session of the State Assembly on Monday. The session has also been convened for the election of the Speaker. Meghalaya Governor Phagu Chauhan and People's Party Chief Konarad K. Sanghama at Raj Bhavan in Shillong. Hindustan Times also states that terrorist outfit ISKP claims hand in Coimbatore, Mangaluru blast. New Delhi terrorist outfit Islamic State in Khorasan province has claimed the responsibility of her blasts in Coimbatore and Mangaluru last year, and asked its operatives in South India to wage a war against Hindus and the country's ruling Bharatiya Janata Party. NIA has already arrested several IS suspects in connection with October 23, 2022 car bomb blast at Coimbatore and the November 19 blast in an auto rickshaw at Mangaluru. Hindustan Times also states that 33% drinking water samples in Ghaziabad have fecal contamination. Around third of Ghaziabad potable water is adulterated with fecal contamination. District officials said on Sunday, citing the finding of spot tests of water samples collected from the 359 sources such as residential societies, schools, and commercial complexes in the past 2 months. A man fills bucket with water at the hand pump at ward number 4, Dasna town in Ghaziabad on Saturday. Going towards the economy of the country, India is dangerously close to Hindu rate of growth, says Raghuram Rajan. Sounding a note of caution, former Reserve Bank Governor Raghuram Ranjan has said that India is dangerously close to the Hindu rate of growth in view subdued private sector investment, high interest rates, and slowing global growth. Hindu rate of growth is term describing low Indian economic growth rates from the 1950s to the 1980s, which averaged around 4%. Former Reserve Bank of India Governor Raghuram Ranjan. India's Russian oil imports hit record high in February, now more than Iraq. Saudi puts together. India imports of crude oil from Russia soared to record 1.6 million barrels per day in February and is now higher than combined imports from traditional suppliers Iraq and Saudi Arabia. Russia now accounts for more than combined oil bought from Iraq and Saudi Arabia, India's mainstay as oil suppliers for decades. India has been snapping Russian oil that was available at a discount after some in the West shunned as a means of punishing Moscow. Going towards the world news, including fire destroys homes, Cox's Bazar refugee camp in Bangladesh. Money generated from a narcotics trade goes back to Pakistan to fund terror activities in JK Suspect killer 3 arrested in killing of Philippine governor. Will ban United States companies from doing business with China. Indian American Vivek Ramaswamy during a president's race. China expands defense budget 7.2%, marking just 0.1% increase. Going towards the science and technology, Indian Space Research Organization to undertake controlled re-entry experiment of a decommissioned satellite on March 7. The Indian Space Research Organization will be undertaking a challenging experiment of a controlled re-entry of the decommissioned Megatropicus 1 MT1 satellite on 7 March. Since August 2022, 18 orbit maneuvers have been performed to progressively lower the orbit, and on 7 March, ground impact is expected to take place between 4:30 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. The Megatropicus first is a joint Indo-French satellite launched in 2011 for tropical weather and climate studies. Nano DAP important step towards making the life easier for farmers, Prime Minister Modi. Prime Minister Mr. Modi said on Sunday that the approval of Nano DAP diammonium phosphate fertilizer is an important step towards making life easier for farmers. It is a big step towards the self-reliance in fertilizers, said Modi. National reach accord to protect marine life on high seas. For first time, United Nations members have agreed on a unified treaty to protect biodiversity in the high seas, concluding 2 weeks of talks in New York. For the first time, United Nations members have agreed on a unified treaty of March 4, 2023 to the protect of biodiversity in the high seas, nearly half the planet of the surface. Recycling lake litter. Ugandan makes innovative tourist boat. Flowering plants rise as if by magic from Lake Victoria onto the wooden boat, giving it a leafy ambience that enchants many visitors. Africa's Lake Victoria is plagued by pollution and a decline in water levels, partly due to the climate change. People rest on the mainland next to floating restaurant and bar on Lake Victoria near the Luzeria area of Kampala, Uganda, Sunday, February 19, 2023. Flowering plants rise from the water into the wooden hull of James Katiba's boat, used a floating restaurant and bar that can be unmoored to drift or pleasure. But the greenery emerges from an innovative recycling project which uses the thousands of dirt encrusted plastic bottles to anchor the boat. At last, there is a famous quotation by Abdul Kalam Ghulam Muhyiddin Ahmad bin Khairuddin Al Husseini Azad, whose short name is Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad. 11 November 1888 is his birth anniversary, and 22nd February 1958 is the death anniversary. He was an Indian independence activist, Islamic theologian, writer, and a senior leader of the Indian National Congress. Following India's independence, he became the first Minister of Education in the Indian government. He is commonly remembered as Maulana Azad. The word Maulana is an honorific meaning our master, and he had adopted Azad Free as his pen name. His contribution to establishing the Education Foundation in India is recognized by celebrating his birth anniversary as a National Education Day across the India. Abdul Kalam Azad states that educationists should build capacities of the spirit of inquiry, creativity, entrepreneurial, and moral leadership among the students and became their role model. Okay, thank you.